Our planet is so small, yet at the same time so vast. It is full of places that will either evoke fear or admiration in you. They will make you reflect on the fleeting nature of time or transport you to other, long-gone eras. But one thing is for sure, they will not leave you indifferent. It's exactly these kinds of places which we want to tell you about that make people travel vast distances just to spend a little time there. 1. Shiver village, India. In the village of Shiver in western India, there is a boulder that was once part of a nearby mountain. It attracts many visitors. The rock weighs about 90 kilograms and is located at a place dedicated to the Sufi saint Hazrat Qamar Ali Darwish, who arrived there about 900 years ago. When 11 people surround the stone, each placing one finger underneath it and shouting the Sufi's name, they are able to lift the stone effortlessly, as if it weighs nothing. When all the conditions are met, the stone easily rises up to 2 meters in height. Those lifting it say they feel no weight at all, as though something no heavier than a rose petal rests on their fingers. There is a scientific explanation for this phenomenon, but it has its flaws. Even the scientists themselves talk about the sacred reverence that overcomes them when they witness the levitation ritual. 2. The Stanley Hotel USA. Located in Colorado, near the Rocky Mountain National Park, this hotel, built in the early 20th century, has 140 rooms and is considered a haunt for ghosts, such as the spirit of a musician who plays the piano. Although there have never been murders or other horrific events at the hotel, the place is steeped in mysticism. It inspired Stephen King to write his novel The Shining, which later became a miniseries filmed at the hotel itself. Stanley Kubrick's film adaptation of the same name became one of the best horror movies in history. 3. Mount Roraima, Brazil, Venezuela, Guyana. Roraima is a mountain at the intersection of 3 countries. But its summit is not a sharp peak. It's a vast plateau, 74 square kilometers in area, shrouded in clouds, with unique plants and picturesque waterfalls. Arthur Conan Doyle, upon reading reports of expeditions to Roraima, imagined his famous Lost World. The plateau is indeed a world unto itself, with a distinct ecosystem unlike any other surrounding it. The average temperature is between 0 and 15 degrees Celsius, with constant winds and clouds passing at the same level as the plateau's surface. According to indigenous beliefs, Roraima is the petrified trunk of a tree that produced all the fruits and vegetables on the planet. The local people believed that gods lived there, so before the Europeans arrived, no one dared ascend the mountain. Modern travelers describe feeling a sacred awe when they reach Roraima. 4. Catatumbo River, Venezuela. Where the Catatumbo River meets Lake Maracaibo, a unique atmospheric phenomenon occurs. Almost every night, the sky is illuminated by lightning without thunder. More than 1 million strikes occur annually. The flashes can be seen hundreds of kilometers away. Scientists have identified the cause of this phenomenon, but its beauty still spawns superstitions and legends. This mesmerizing sight gives tourists a chance to realize just how weak and primitive humans are in the face of nature's power. In 1595, the Catatumbo lightning saved the city of Maracaibo. Pirate Francis Drake tried to seize the city, but the lightning illuminated his ships from afar, allowing the townspeople to prepare and fend off the attack. 5. Brochen, Germany. Brochen is the highest point of the Harz Mountains, 1,141 m, and according to legend, witches gathered there for sabbaths during Walpurgis night. At the summit, one can witness a rare and mysterious natural phenomenon, the Brochen specter. If you stand with your back to the setting sun, you can see a giant shadow on the surface of the clouds or fog, surrounded by a rainbow halo around the head. Sometimes it even appears as though the ghost is moving. This phenomenon was first described by Johann Silberschlag in 1780 and has since been referenced in many literary works about the Harz Mountains. 6. New Grange, Ireland. Located 40 kilometers north of Dublin, This ancient stone structure is 700 years older than the Egyptian pyramids. According to legend, New Grange is the home of the Celtic god of wisdom and the sun, Dagda. Archaeologists believe that it served as a tomb. However, another theory suggests that it might have been one of the first observatories. During the winter solstice, the sun's morning rays penetrate an opening above the entrance and illuminate the inner chamber. But researchers still have more questions than answers. What do the inscriptions on the stones mean, and how did the builders achieve such precision with the tools they had? 7. Nan Madol, City of Lost Giants. On the edge of the world, in Micronesia on the island of Pohnpei, a megalithic city was built on a coral reef about 1,000 years ago by the powerful Saudeleur dynasty. The city symbolized their authority. Given the primitive tools of the island's population at that time, it is difficult to imagine how they could have constructed the city. Some basalt blocks weigh as much as 16 tons. Over time, the Saudeleurs became despots, and in the early 17th century, the city was destroyed and its rulers were overthrown. 8. Shir Chong, China. An ancient city submerged in 1959 due to the construction of a hydroelectric station. Shir Chong, or the Lion City, was founded in 670 AD. 5 city gates with towers and 6 stone streets now lie underwater. The city is about the size of 62 football fields. Amazingly, even after more than half a century, the city is perfectly preserved, including its wooden beams and steps, as though this Chinese Atlantis is still inhabited. The mysterious underwater realm is incredibly popular among divers. However, for inexperienced or overly adventurous divers, the city poses deadly dangers. 9. Easter Island, Chile. This small piece of land in the Pacific Ocean, with an area of 163.6 square kilometers and a population of about 4,000, is nearly 4,000 kilometers away from the nearest continent. The island is world famous for its mysterious stone statues, the moai. Nearly 1,000 statues stand around the perimeter of the island, like sentinels. Who made them? How were these multi-ton boulders moved? What purpose did the statues serve? European explorers puzzled over these questions for decades. While it is believed that Thor Heyerdahl solved the mystery by conducting experiments on transporting the statues from the foot of a volcano, the island still holds many secrets and a mystical allure. 10. Temahia-Toa, French Polynesia. On the island of Nukuhiva, in the Marquesas archipelago, strange statues have been found. These stone figures depict mysterious creatures with bizarre proportions, 4-fingered limbs, and in some cases, tails. But the most striking features are their large, bulging eyes and enormous mouths. The creation of these enigmatic statues dates back to the 10th to 11th centuries. Why did the indigenous people make them? The official theory is that they represent priests in ritual masks, yet no such masks have been found on the island. There is a fantastic hypothesis that aliens once visited Nukuhiva, and the locals immortalized their appearance in stone. A local legend also suggests that before the Polynesians, a strange but wise race of fish people lived there. 11. Mohenjo-Daro, India. This ancient city arose about 4,500 years ago, with a population of up to 40,000 people during its peak, which was quite impressive for the time. The city lasted for about 1,000 years before it suddenly disappeared. Archaeologists discovered the ruins of Mohenjo-Daro in 1911, and excavations have been ongoing ever since. The biggest mystery remains the city's sudden demise. Most archaeologists agree that the city was destroyed rapidly, without a gradual decline. It's believed the residents were wiped out by an attack from the Aryans. However, Mohenjo-Daro is also famous for the hypothesis that the city may have been destroyed by nuclear or vacuum bombs. Some researchers point to ancient Indian texts, such as the Mahabharata, which describe weapons resembling nuclear or vacuum bombs, with references to explosions, fire over the city, boiling water, and settling deadly dust. The mystery of Mohenjo-Daro remains unsolved to this day. These are just a few examples of the wonders and mysteries of our incredible planet. This list keeps growing with new discoveries and unsolved enigmas.